Hey, what's up guys, it's the Tech Wally, and the Nexus devices were always very popular due to its stock Android, its budget price point but still amazing specs. Take the Nexus 5 for example. It isn't perfect, so these are my wishlist / predictions for the Nexus 6. It was rumored that Google will get rid of their Nexus line and will replace it with a more premium line of smartphones called Android Silver. However, the Nexus line needs to continue in some way because Google needs to show what the ideal hardware for their current version of Android is. Take an iPhone for example. Apple makes their iOS specifically for their iPhones. The iPhone is perfect for iOS. The software is geared to work perfectly with the hardware. With Android, however, this is different. Android is an open source mobile OS, so manufacturers can make their own Android devices, so no device is perfectly optimized for the software. That's why Google needs their Nexus devices. These are devices that are perfectly optimized for the OS to show what the perfect hardware for Android is. Take on-screen buttons for example. Google decided to remove the usual off-screen buttons and create on-screen buttons, and now most of the new Android devices have on-screen buttons. And the Nexus devices are also showing us in which direction Android is going. Everything I talk about is based on rumors, so don't get too disappointed if it's not actually on the smartphone. So the Nexus is rumored to be announced on the 31st of October, so on Halloween, and will be released in November. Motorola is supposed to make the Nexus 6. It could also be called the Nexus X because of the screen size, which I'll get to in a minute. It is codenamed Shamu. Also fun fact, it might not be called Nexus 6 because of copyright issues with the movie Blade Runner, where a character is called Nexus 6. It won't come with a 6-inch screen. It is rumored that it will come with a 5.9 inch, a 5.5 or 5.2 inch display. I think it's very weird that we don't know the screen size yet. The rumor about having a 5.9 inch screen pops up the most. A 5.5 inch or 5.2 inch seems the most plausible for me. I don't think that Google will bump up the screen by 0.9 inches over the last year's Nexus 5 with 5 inches. Some rumors also indicate that we will see two versions of the phone, but I don't think that we will get that with two different display sizes. Build quality wise, I really hope that it does improve a little bit, although the Nexus 5 definitely had a good build quality. So do we get Quad HD or 1080p? So the market is definitely shifting to Quad HD, and the Nexus phones always had good specs. However, to reduce cost, they could opt for a 1080p screen, and it's definitely good. I really don't know what to expect resolution-wise. The other specs I expect to see is a CPU Snapdragon 805 clocked at 2.7 GHz, a quad-core processor with the Adreno 420, and 3 GB of RAM. Also a 13 megapixel rear camera with optical image stabilization, a 2.1 megapixel front camera, and they really have to work on their software performance because stock Android is terrible when it comes to image processing. Rumors also seem to indicate that a non-removable 3000 mAh battery we will get, but I think that's a little too much. With Project Volta, the battery life could improve, and definitely it needs to improve because the Nexus 5 battery wasn't great. Software-wise, it will obviously come with Android L, the new version of Android. I'm really excited for it, especially because of the 60 frames per second animations and material design. For pricing, I expect around $400 for 32 GB and $450 for a 64 GB variant. That is a slight bump up from last year, probably due to the better specs. We will definitely not get expandable storage, and some reports say that we will get a fingerprint sensor, but I don't think that we will get that because that's just weird, and probably lawsuits again that Apple did that first, so I don't think we will see that. Also, I expect a Nexus 8 or 9. I'm not totally sure about that because we didn't see too many rumors about it. Maybe we'll get something in between, like a 8.5 or something like that inch display. It will probably be made by HTC, which is nice because then we get a good build quality. It will also come with an NVIDIA K1 processor, which is awesome, and 4 GB of RAM and a Quad HD display. I would also really like to see a new Nexus 10, but I really don't expect one anytime soon. I also did 2 similar videos, one about the Note 4, click here to check that one out, and one about the new stuff from Motorola, click here to see that one. Also, I will be going to Spain for half an exchange year, so I'm not sure how I'll be doing that with my videos, so definitely stay tuned on that, and possibly I'll do another video on that. Also, if you're interested in the IFA, I will be going to IFA and do some awesome coverage on it, so definitely stay tuned and subscribe for that if you aren't already. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up down below, and yeah, as I've already mentioned, subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Also, quick shout out to our new channel called Consumers Live, where we do some live streams. We uploaded or live streamed our 2nd episode. We have some awesome tech YouTubers in that, so definitely check the link down below in the description. So I hope to see you in my next video. Yeah, bye.